Good morning, boys and girls. All right, so we are still working on physical properties. So remember, our job is we are learning physical properties so we can classify matter on their properties. We are experts on magnetism. We have done mass with the triple beam balance. We are experts on the three states, a solid, a liquid, and a gas. You are now experts on density. We saw that oil was less dense and the honey was more dense. And we know that wood is also less dense. It floats. Today we're going to become experts on solubility. Solubility means that something has the ability to dissolve. Solubility. So you should have written your vocabulary card already. And also for solubility, we can say that something is soluble. Soluble means that it can dissolve. And that is what our investigation is going to be over today. Now remember, when we do an investigation, we are going through the steps of the scientific method. So remember, our first step is a question, then we're going to make our hypothesis. So I'm going to go ahead and get us started on that. So sorry, my video person is not here. I attached our experiment paper in Google Classroom. If you can't print, I will also show you, I'll do another video and show you how you can set this up in your journal. And then when we're done, we're going to glue these pages in our journal. Okay? So you will notice up at the top, it has the first step of the scientific method. It has our question. This is what we are trying to figure out. Our question, does it dissolve? So I want you to write our vocabulary word for dissolve right above that. So we are looking to see if something is soluble for the property of solubility. So you can go ahead and put solubility. And I'm trying to do it with one hand, and it's hard. Solubility. All right, first step of the scientific method is our question. Does it dissolve? Okay, right down here, we're going to make our hypothesis in just a moment. I'm going to go ahead and finish reading through. Maybe it's the next page that has the hypothesis. Predict, yes. So here, predict. This is going to be our hypothesis. So I'm going to put a 2 and predict. This is our hypothesis. So I'm going to come back to this part. We're going to read the directions. All right. So it says that you will need clear plastic cups. If you don't have plastic, if you have some glasses at your house, that will be fine. Of course, you don't want to write on them. Or you could just use bowls, where you look into your bowls. You are going to need water. You're going to use a spoon, a teaspoon. I had a spoon here handy just a second ago. Not sure where it went. Paper towels, a graduated cup. So you probably don't have a graduated cylinder at your house, but you can just use a measuring cup. And 100 milliliters, because the directions are going to say 100 milliliters is equal to a half cup, or 4 ounces, so we can fill it to that. All right, and then of course, a trash can, and it says a stir stick, but I mean, you can just use a spoon. This would be my stir stick, craft stick, but a spoon works just fine. All right, so we have our question. The other page had the hypothesis. We read through our materials, so now we're gonna read through the procedure. The procedure is our step-by-step directions. So it says measure 100 milliliters of water and pour it into the clear plastic cup. So a half a cup is 100 milliliters. Measure 1 teaspoon of the substance into cup 1. Put it in the cup of water. Stir the water for 1 minute. So notice I have a timer. You can use your phone. There we go. So I would hit start. And when it gets to 1 minute, or when I hit start, I would start stirring. And then when it gets to 1 minute, I would stop stirring. Okay, and you can use the timer on your phone if you have it, or another clock at your house. So there's the stop. This is my timer. All right. record your observations and results. So we're going to be recording those here on our paper or in your journal. Dump the water of the plastic trash can, clean and dry your cup with a paper towel, and then if you don't have several cup, when it says clean and dry your cup, this is where you're going to repeat. If you just have the 1 cup, once you throw the substance out into the trash can, you can reuse the cup. Now, it is very important, I want y'all to notice this. They want you to put the substance in the plastic trash can. Here is why. We're going to be mixing some things that cannot go down the sink. Do not pour these things down the sink. Your parent will be mad. It goes in the trash can. All right? Okay, so here's our substances that we are going to be mixing. So we're going to do salt. In cup number 2, we're going to do oil. Now, I know you probably already used your oil for density, so you may have to ask Mom if she has some oil. Go outside, get some sand, pepper. This is our sugar cube. We're going to be using sugar. And then in our last one, it is, the chocolate syrup. I have chocolate syrup. You can use chocolate syrup for your last one. You can use, if you have like a Kool-Aid or lemonade powder, you can use that. I'm going to use the chocolate syrup. I'm going to put it over here. There we go. Chocolate syrup. All right. So now that you know what substances we're going to be testing, if you don't have chocolate syrup, like I said, if you have any kind of drink mix, any kind of powdered drink mix, you can do that. You can also, for this one, the tea, I gave you tea. Okay, so what you can do is you're going to have to warm up your water a little bit, put it in the microwave for about 30 seconds, and then dip the tea into the cup, and then remove the little tea container, the tea pouch, and you're going to be looking at what's in the cup, okay, for that. All right, so here we go. Let's make our hypothesis. So we know our question, does it dissolve? Now we are going to go down here and we're going to be making our hypothesis, okay? So I would write our substances by the first one is salt. The second one is the oil. The third one was the sand or dirt. The fourth one is the pepper. The fifth one is the sugar, your sugar cube. And then the last one can be the tea or the chocolate syrup. Whatever you have. Okay, so you will just check the box to make your prediction. Okay, now remember, dissolve means if it is soluble that it will evenly mix. So you might want to just circle the word dissolve, put a little note, evenly, mix. Okay, so make your prediction. All right, if you need to pause my video, y'all know that you can go ahead and do that. I'm trying to see why I have 2 pages. Observe the 6 substances in your cup. Use your observations to identify each substance. Record your observations. Oh, whoops. So it looks like Mrs. Morgan kind of jumped ahead of here. That wasn't supposed to tell you what each substance was, and I did. So you already know what's happening there. All right, so let's go to this page. Okay, so now what you're going to do, now that you have made your hypothesis, okay, and we've read our materials, we have read over our procedure. Okay, you're going to actually test each substance. Okay, So for number 1, go ahead, write salt. Number 2, put oil. Number 3, put sand. Number 4, put pepper. 5, put sugar. And number 6, put tea. Okay? So I want you to go ahead and do this. You can pause, follow the directions where you stir for 1 minute. Okay? You're going to mark here your results. Did it dissolve? Did it not dissolve? Observations. I want 3 observations. Okay? Can you see the particles? Did they evenly mix? Did it just sink down to the bottom? Is it floating on the top? What did you notice happened? Make sure to record your results. I'm going to stop this. I may have to do another video with results. Get back to you. Y'all do your experiment.